Okay, so here's the thing. When you stop numbing yourself with the substances to get over the grief of having your kids taken away, you get angry. You get very, very angry. And you start to think to yourself, and you start to wonder what the hell happened. And you start to wonder why the hell this has happened. And you start to wonder, what the hell are you telling the kids in a fictional sense? Not my story, but in a fictional sense, in a fictional story, you might start saying, what the fuck are you telling my kids of the reason that I'm not there? You might start worrying about things like that. You might start thinking to yourself, the fact that the last message you gave to the person before you took the kids away was, enjoy your new car, which seemed to be the crux of taking that person's kids away. You might just start wonder, what kind of person takes away someone's kids who's genuinely trying to do something good in the world, who has had a 1-year project that's supposed to help autistic kids connect with their family, as well as other neurodivergent people make a connection to the world and be able to live in harmony. You might be asking yourself, wait, is that going to eclipse my fucking stupid comedy that no one's interested in anymore? You might be starting to think, oh, I'm jealous because I'm never there with my kids, and they're just thrown off with the nanny all day, which is why they get injured and no one is around because I'm not there. You might start feeling guilty about that in my fictional story about a fictional thing that didn't happen. You might start thinking, wait, do they possibly like their dad more than me? Do they possibly have more fun with their dad than me? Do they probably talk about their dad 24/7, which is what I've heard from the nanny? You might start getting a little bit self-centered. You might start thinking a little bit like, no, I'm supposed to be the star. You might have a history of thinking you're the star of everything. You might have a whole coterie of people around you that tell you you're the star and that every idea you have is great. And you might start noticing that now you don't have anyone around saying, no, that's not a good idea, let's rework that your content has become shit. You might start grabbing at the person who you have considered to be the problem. You might start grabbing at everything they feel love. You might start hating the fact that they're working with someone that they used to go out with and that they've made them have a big hit because the idea was that you were going to freeze them out and that they were going to hopefully kill themselves. That might have been the idea. You might be continuing to freeze them out. You might not be allowing them to even see their kids, even though you know that they're sober. You may be not teaching them well. You may be telling them lies about their dad. Someone like you may be telling them lies about their dad, why he's not there. Because you're so angry that I bought a new car, because the last conversation you had to me was all load of old hate, and at the end of it, enjoy your new car. And then suddenly, the next day, a friend of ours turns up, serves me papers, smirking at me. I can't get that image out of my head. Why the smirk? You may be perhaps considering that you don't have any good ideas on your own, and that perhaps the other person was giving you a lot of good ideas and pushing you to make content that was not the same old shit repeated from 15 years ago. You may have noticed that your stuff isn't doing as well because you're repeating the same old shit, making the same old podcast with the same old people who, one thing in common is they kiss your ass and just tell you you're great. But